Alright guys, let's do this. New week, new Odyssey. What have we got? 4th of July. Fun stuff. Alright. Oh wow. Happy 4th of July. A time celebrate. Wait, what? A time celebrate. What? A time celebrate. What? How does that English well? A time celebrate. Fireworks to watch, and of course balloons to pop. I think they forgot the word to. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think they forgot the word to. A time to celebrate, fireworks to watch, and of course balloons to pop. That makes sense in my mind. Anyway, a time celebrate. However, I am Australian, so I don't really understand 4th of July all that well, or the history behind it, but I know there's fireworks, and it's very patriotic. So, good on ya. Right. Park Path hard standard. Well, if it's anything like the celebrations that we have for Australia specifically, it's probably when colonization happened. I don't know why we choose to celebrate those times, but anyway, that's just Australian celebration. Well, just one of them, Australia Day. But who knows? Maybe the 4th of July is the same. Maybe it's completely different, and I'm just an idiot. But we've got Park Path hard standard. We're only doing 20 rounds of it. Wow, 50 to 70. Town Centre double HP Moabs with least tiers. That's not terrible. 3 to 65. That is doable. That is very doable. This is generous. Weirdly. Sorry. Jumping the gun a little there. Firing range, hard reverse, 6 to 70. Balloon speed has been increased by 50%. That kind of sucks, but whatever. And cornfield, hard chimps, 6 to 50. Easy as. Removal cost rate has been disabled. So we have to use the center of the map only and the little cheat spots to the left and right. And then quad on hard impoppable, 25 to 80. 7,500 to start, I think is pretty generous. I can't quite remember, but I'm gonna say that it's nice. Anyway, what have we got to work with? Oh my god, it's been ages since we've had an Odyssey with almost everyone. Wow. Well, of course they limit something. Anyway, who do we want to use? Who do we want to bring along? I don't know. We start off with a lot of money on all of these, don't we? Never mind. Just 2 of them. Chimps. Chimps on cornfield isn't the worst thing in the world. So it doesn't really affect too much by having that game mode in. But all these other maps... Park Path and Quad both start us off with a lot of money. And we could place someone like Benjamin instantly. Town Centre's a chill map, I don't need a lot of money on that. But we could also do it there. Firing range, hard reverse with extra balloon speed. Maybe it would be good to get a little bit of extra money there. Do we want Benjamin? Because Chimps doesn't really matter with Ben because we're not going to place him anyway. And 6 to 50 is not the hardest fucking rounds in the game, so I think we'll have a good chance. Let's just evaluate the other options. Sorta. You know what? I haven't used Sorta in a hot minute for an Odyssey. Maybe Sorta. Size also really good considering we do have quad at the end. Multiple lanes, infinite range. Does work out quite nicely. I don't know. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want to do Corvus. Not many people have Corvus. Let's go with Ben. Ben's cool. I like Ben. Ben has my ticket to jump on my team at any point in time, just like wizards and druids. Any day of the week they want to be on my team, immediately put them in. Grab one of those. Few of those, but not that many. I'm not a crazy person. A couple of glue gunners, don't need any mortars. And then maybe some of those to finish. Alright, cool, let's do this. 4th of July, let's get it done. These maps better have 4th of July decorations on them, otherwise I'm going to be annoyed. Thank you. At least there's something. Right. Straight up. You go there. What's the thing with this? Oh, it's just hard standard? Chill. I love that. Alright. Let's place someone like you here. Boom, 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 boom. And that's got us covered for everything that's not purple balloons. That's got us covered for anything that's not camouflaged balloons. So camo purples are our only weakness, which I can solve with a nice little crossbow sitting pretty right here. It was going to be so funny if it started off with a fucking camo purple balloon. Oh, that would have been amazing. Amazingly shit luck on my part, but still. Gotta respect it. Okay. Bit of a shaky start, but now that we're past it, making extra money, and we can pop every type of balloon now. Cool. I think up next will be a sniper. Doesn't need to be anywhere spectacular. Okay. Sweetness. We've got the ball rolling, and that's the important part. In fact, now that I think about it, how much did it give us to start? It was like 10,000 or something? No, it couldn't have been 10,000. How much was it? How much did we have to start? Oh my god, it was 10,000. Huh. That is not very generous at all, considering on one of the later maps we were given 7,500 to start. On a much earlier round. Huh. Anyway. Looking like we're doing well. Had another senior meeting today between all the senior associates, and I think it went well. For the most part, I got to bring up a lot of things. I didn't get to bring up some crucial things, but they will simply have to wait till another meeting, I suppose. Which kind of sucks, but at the same time, we are legitimately having these meetings fairly regularly, which is better than what I thought it would be. I thought for sure it was just going to be a one-off. Here's that one meeting you wanted, now stop fucking annoying me about them, you know? But no, my boss has done really well in keeping up with it. It's quite nice. And I was telling my mate this after the meeting, but I was like, I judge how well the meeting went based on our boss's reactions to the things that we say. And so I brought up, I was just like, hey, by the way, when the inventory team do their pick, they don't bother picking these items. They just give us pallets worth in bulk. And he goes, they don't fucking pick them? What? And just based off that response, I was like, oh, it's going to be a good meeting. There's so much shit that's going on that you don't know. And there was a few other reactions similar to that. And so normally when we have these meetings and, you know, complain about a few things, he'll like take them on board and he'll be like, okay, maybe I'll talk with other people, see if we can find solutions to these things and stuff like that. Which is great. I love that. But then other times he'll be like, right, let me see what the fuck is going on, and then I'll get back to you guys on what we're gonna do on that. And that happened to be one of those moments, which was hilarious. So I feel like the more and more we can baffle our fucking boss and be like, what the fuck is going on? Then the more effective the meetings are. Because it feels like it gives him a sense of urgency to be like, right, shit's falling to pieces. Gonna sort this out. Okay, so far so good. Oh, and it was hilarious because my boss said to us, like, look, sometimes when we have these meetings, they go on for a bit longer than, you know, they need to. So, you know, by having these at least once a month, then hopefully, you know, it reduces the need for these meetings to go on for a long time because we, you know, get it all out of the system each month at least once, instead of all of this building up to the point where we all just explode and have like a 3-4 hour long meeting, right? And so he said to us today that he was going to limit the meeting to an hour, and if it goes over that, then he's just going to cut it, and then we have to keep going another time. The meeting ended up going for an hour and a half, and there was still things we needed to bring up. I felt bad for him. Poor guy. Just listening to our fucking complaints constantly. Don't get me wrong, he's a great boss. He does things about it and, you know, tries his best to improve our situation as well as, you know, look out for other people's situation at work, but yeah. It's certainly an interesting thing to juggle. Right. What's this? Least tiers, double HP mobs. Got it. Let's start with Ninja. Very trustworthy, very reliable. Start with a Ninja, see how it goes. Should be fine if I get Ninja Discipline first. I do miss Ninja Discipline giving a range buff. That was nice. But it's just as good on its own, it seems. Nice. Okay. So I'm not planning on getting this ninja particularly strong by any means. Just like a sharp shurikens with seeking, I think would be pretty ideal, and then we can just dive into the more powerhouse towers that I'd rather go for instead. But at the very least, it's free camo detection for the early game. But I think I will go for a wizard next. I was gonna say a druid, but druids are slightly more expensive, and for the most part, they're still fairly early game units. Or towers, rather. Where did I get units from? I've not been playing a game where units is the key word. Huh. Weird. But yeah, I feel like that my typical wizard cross-pathing that I go for is a little more heavy duty, and I'd rather go for that than something that's really effective early game, considering we don't have many tiers to go with. Now, you know what would be interesting, but also a bit of a shit show, kind of like extreme mode Odysseys. Imagine extreme mode Odysseys, but the least tiers carry over. So like you set the least tiers to 100, which essentially means you have 20 per game. It's not gonna make you use exactly 20. You know, if you use 30 in one game in particular, well, you've kind of screwed yourself over there in the late game. And then, you know, if you use only 10 or 15, much, much better. Wow. Set yourself up for the late game in the last few maps, but I think that could be interesting. Personally, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but at the same time, it's a concept to think about. Certainly. Okay, am I happy with this? I think for now, yeah. I also think I'd be happier with Ben on my team. It's literally just one tier, but progressively that tier gets stronger and stronger, which is fucking brilliant. Perfect. And we can start dabbling in Dragon's Breath. Little potion making never hurt anyone. Man, I've been wanting to play Minecraft again recently. Like, I was messaged early this morning by my, no, early yesterday morning by my missus while I was at work. And she just sent me a message saying, I've just found out that there's a way we can play Minecraft and keep the items in our inventory when we die. And I was just like, okay. She's like, are we able to do that? I'm like, yes. In theory we can. Kind of takes the scariness of death and, you know, the sort of impact of it away, but we can absolutely do it so long as we have cheats enabled on our survival world. We need to have those enabled in order to put in the commands to turn on keep inventory. And so she was just like, oh, well, I don't want to cheat. And I'm just like, yes, yes. Oh, because like in my mind, Minecraft is a game about surviving, you know, building, crafting, mining, all that good jazz. But the thing that actually makes it that game is the fact that if you die, you could potentially lose all your stuff, you know? Obviously, the worst of it being if you fall into lava and burn to death, you know, all of your items get burnt as well. But I feel like the fact that if you die anywhere else or in any other situation, you do have a time frame and a time limit to go back, survive what you died to last, and get your stuff back. I feel like that is a crucial part of the game. And so without that aspect to it, I don't know, I feel like there's not much of a... I don't know, it just doesn't feel as fun to me. If, you know, death means nothing. It's sort of like real life, you know? If you knew that there was an afterlife, death wouldn't have as much meaning as it does. But because no one can 100% prove for an absolute, undisputable fact that there is an afterlife, we're all a lot more careful with this one. Because it could be our only one. You don't know. And even then, maybe there is an afterlife, but maybe we don't know that there is. For example, like, if you get reincarnated, right? That's always a fun little aspect to jog down. What if you get reincarnated into another human? Right? What if you just get reborn as someone that obviously doesn't have memories of their previous life? But what if that's just you again in a different body under different circumstances in a different environment that obviously will warp and change how you grow up and think and feel about everything. So it's essentially a new person, but I guess same soul? I don't know, maybe there is some sort of innate built-in soul factor? Who knows? No one at all, but that's what makes it fun. Could be an afterlife, there might not be. There could be a rebirth into this life as a different person, or even a different creature. Some people believe you can be reborn as different animals. I think that would be pretty cool. I'd like to think it's a nice little lottery system, you know? You get reborn as like a different creature each time, and then once you die in that life, you get born as a different one. The cycle just keeps repeating, but the reason why there's so many humans on the planet is because humans live for a stupidly long amount of time, because of how quickly we've evolved and progressed to, you know, cure diseases, prevent diseases in the first place, you know, over-farm, overpopulate, just overall make the most out of our resources given to us. Or not even given, but our surroundings. Make the most out of our surroundings. I think I just want this guy for mob damage. Oh, I reached my limit. That's fine. I think this will be enough. I've got a backup ability. I've got spiked mines at the back of the track. I think this is pretty damn good. I've got Ben hacking every mob that comes through now. Don't think he'll be able to hack the BFB, but I don't think we'll have a problem with the BFB. We've got a pretty good ability, so I think we'll be fine. Regular mobs are getting chopped up pretty quickly too. Okay, very nice. Also, the amount of people that I've realized now at work that will cut you off in the middle of a sentence because they think their sentence or what they're about to say is more important. Fucking way too many. So many people will do that to your work. And it really fucking sucks because normally, and for the most part, they're very nice people. You know? If they're not cutting you off, you really like them and you really get along with them. And then they cut you off. And you're like, what the fuck? I was talking. It really is amazing. And like the meeting that I had today. Not gonna call anyone out, but there were some times where I was just like, hey, I really wanted to listen to what that fucker was saying. Why'd you cut him off? And say essentially nothing. Nothing of value at the very least. Okay, there we go. So long as they're hacked, they should die pretty quickly. Yeah. How do we do? I imagine this is fine. Yeah, the explosions are pretty damn strong. And then as it's getting to the end here, pull this in. Help clean that up and reduce the impact of this wave. Bam. Okay, I think we're good. Cooldown's almost back. Those mobs are probably fine. Yep. Okay, final wave. Here we are. 27,000 bucks. Just going down the drain. Who needs that? Wait, is 65 the round that doesn't even have any mobs? That'd be pretty funny. Pretty anticlimactic note to end on. Never mind. There we go. And boom. Just to be certain that things go well. That'll do it. Bang, bang, boom. There you go. That's part 1. Holy crap, that was really quick. As always, part 2 for this Odyssey will feature these last 3 maps and will be coming out in a video tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.